Welcome back to the Bets and Brewskis One podcast. It is Divisional round weekend, and we have a banger of a super wild card weekend. I got the boys back with me, Bad Brewski Bradford and Autism Elliot. Talk up, how we doing, boys?
Not good.
We're doing good.
Not
Good to
good.
have our guest star today, Brian Dable.
I'm much sexier than Brian Dable.
We can't. That is my fault as the host. Obviously, something looks a tad bit different on the screen. Bad Brewski, what happened, pal?
The Vikings, the offense showed up. They had a good outing, but the defense sucked ass. Couldn't pull it through. So, Vikings. I'm sending you all letters with anthrax in the mail. I have all of your home addresses. But that's not what made me the most mad about this weekend. Obviously, my beloved Ravens tied 17-17 with the Cincinnati Bengals on the 2-yard line, about to go up by a touchdown. Fumbled a bag for 98-yard fumble recovery. Literally putting a rod through my heart. And then got back in the game and almost converted on 4th and 20 to tie the game, which shattered me even more.
So I took last week whenever the lines first came out, and it was still at 6.5. Literally, whenever the lines first came out, it started at 6.5. I took all the dogs in a parlay and put like 5 on it to win like 50 or something. Everyone hit except for fucking Baltimore, and they had a chance right at the end to cover it 6.5. Obviously, they lost by 7. It was just, I had a pretty good straight up weekend. Like most of my picks on the show, I went 4-2. The Bucks lost obviously, and then I picked the Chargers, and I have no idea what happened there.
Oh yeah.
But
other
than that, I had a pretty good weekend. Dude, what the fuck happened with Brandon Staley? First of all, he's got to be grinning like the butcher's dog this week, because I think it was the offensive coordinator and somebody else, both other people got fired, and he was
Joe
fine.
Lombardi, offensive coordinator, and the QB coach got fired.
Somebody need to get fucking fired.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was bad. I don't think Staley deserves to be fired. Give him one more year. He is a defensive mind coach, but they need to get a high-powered.
Yeah, that really fucking showed, didn't it?
To really unlock Herbert. Yeah, I mean, when you can't run the ball in the second half, you're up 27-0, and you can't run it.
They didn't even try.
I know it's.
Bro, they had 30 plays in the second half.
2 yards.
Jesus Christ, Elliot. They had 30 plays in the second half, and 23 of them were passes.
Didn't Asante Samuel Jr. have 3 picks in the first half?
3 picks?
Dude went fucking nuts. And you can't win the turnover differential like that and fucking lose.
Well,
yeah, it was
has never
crazy.
Happened before, so
inexcusable.
That was the one time it happens.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. It sucked for my 5-star parlay because the Chargers were obviously the one that lost there. But other than that, I mean, I thought it was a pretty entertaining wild card weekend.
Fantastic weekend.
Yeah, I mean, Ravens-Bengals game was fucking really good. It should have went the other way.
Yeah.
God, pains me so much.
Yeah. I mean,
defense played so damn well, and the offense fucked it up again. Sorry, I'll get off of it.
Yeah, you're good. To be honest, though, I mean, watching that game as not a fan of either team, it never really felt like the Ravens stood a chance until they were there at the goal line. And then
was because even then they score. The Bengals still have a high-powered offense, but I mean, the Ravens had shut them down the whole game. It would just been a huge boost of confidence to get that touchdown.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, when you play a team 3 times in 1 year, the defense is just going to know how the offense operates. So,
Joey
all right, boys.
Burrow got lucky on that one.
Well, we are done talking about the past. Sorry, the Ravens are out of it, pal.
It's all right. We'll be
I
back
know.
next year with Lamar.
Yeah.
I have my doubts.
Your pillowcase
Hopefully paid.
was drowned in
Without Greg
tears,
Roman.
but
I had to watch it
we
6
are back.
times.
Jesus Christ. Okay, are we ready to move on to this weekend?
Yeah, fucking
Yes,
take
we
it
are.
away, Matt.
Good God Almighty! All right, so
You got me.
only 4 games this weekend, which is kind of a bummer, but they should all 4 be bangers. Saturday, 4:30 to start off divisional weekend. We have the Duval Jacksonville Jaguars going down to Kansas City to face Patty Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs. Spread is at 8.5. Total is at 52.5. Elliot, what you got on this one, pal?
So, as we saw, Trevor Lawrence, great second half comeback, but couldn't have played a worse first half. I mean, 4 interceptions is just terrible. The Chiefs, though, they do have a week of rest. Their offense is super high powered. Their defense is very good at getting pressure with Chris Jones up front, but overall, their defense isn't anything to be super excited about. But Trevor Lawrence can struggle under pressure. But he's got Doug Peterson, who's a very smart head coach and knows the Andy Reid offense. He was Andy Reid's offensive coordinator for a long time. I think he's going to be able to get, Trevor Lawrence. He's going to get the ball out quick this weekend. I think the Chiefs' defense is going to be their biggest weakness in the playoffs, and it's going to show against a good Detroit. Sorry, not Detroit, but the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. I think 8.5 is a lot, especially in the playoffs, and being that the Chiefs usually struggle to cover these big spreads as we see throughout the year. So I got Jags. I love them at 8.5. The over at 52.5, though, that's a lot of points, but both offenses are able to put up points. I also like the over at 52.5 as well.
Don't
Elliot?
hate either one of those at all.
I think
Bradford.
I'm gonna ride with you there.
Yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence first playoff appearance, first half, got all the bad throws out of the way. He looked phenomenal in the second half. Their offense is clicking. I mean, Christian Kirk, you got ETN. I think he plays a much better full game this week after getting that, those jitters out when your first playoff game. So I'm gonna jag off this time, and I think we'll go 8.5 plus 8.5. I like that, and I'm actually gonna parlay it with that over, because there's no way either defense is stopping either of those offenses. That is plus 252 right there, gentlemen.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Man,
And it's
all of
placed.
that sounds so good. Chiefs are getting 60% of the bets, 67% of the money. God damn, I love all the points that Elliot made about Dougie P being an Andy Reid offense and knowing that. I still think Andy Reid will be able to come up with some wrinkles.
He's a trickster. Oh,
our host has left us.
He's gonna go take a shit, I guess.
All right. What's the Saturday night game? I don't have the schedule in front of me. Do you have it?
Why don't we just talk shit about him while he's gone?
Yes, yeah, we can also just do that.
It happened already,
back.
Boys. We're back. So sorry about that. AirPods died. Everything's just going wrong today. Dougie P being in Andy Reid's offense for a while. Yeah, Andy Reid is still smart enough to come up with new plays, I feel like. Patrick Mahomes 3-2 after a spread ATS. So I'm leaning Jags. The only way that Kansas City blows them out is if Trevor Lawrence has a terrible game like he did last. You're not going to be able to throw 4 picks against the Chiefs.
Oh no.
And go down 27-0 and then
you're not shutting them out in the second half.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing to keep in mind is I'm pretty sure Trevor Lawrence, I believe 3 of his interceptions were not quote unquote turnover worthy interceptions, meaning that yes, he threw them, but it was because they were batted in the air because of something outside of his control. Like, he made the pass how he should have. It just, it didn't fall the right way. Like, that's not going to happen again. He was very good all year. He only threw, I believe, 8 interceptions the whole year. That's, that's just it's a half that you don't want to look at, but they're also going to be able to look back at that and learn from that. So I do love Jags plus 8.5 this week.
All right, here's what I'm going to do on this game, because I do like the Jags 8.5. However, I do think the Chiefs still win.
For sure.
I did see a quote. This kind of scares me because the Chiefs might just blow the doors off of them. But I did Trevor Lawrence said something about Kansas City can't be that much louder than Jacksonville.
That was not good, yes.
That was an absurd thing to say. Kansas City Arrowhead Stadium is literally top 3 loudest stadiums in the entire league.
Yeah, that definitely fired up all the drunk uncles in KC. They're going to be nuts this weekend, boys.
Yeah, Chiefs of
Yeah,
Holly.
so I think
Chiefs of Holly posted bail this week, boys. He's going to be bad.
Chiefs of Holly's going to be there.
So I saw that. I went to the Chiefs game week 3 against the Colts at in Indy. I was 5 fucking feet away from that dude. He was in the suit, just walking around. Fucking everybody's like, "Oh my god, look! It's the dude that you see on TV all the time." Little do you know, he's probably fucking he's
just robbed a bank in Indy.
Yeah, $60,000 on him right now. That's why his legs look so puffy. It's not the costume. Okay, anyway, back to the bets. This is what I'm going to do. Chiefs are going to win, but I do think the Jags keep it close. Chiefs winning margin. Kansas City by 1 to 13 points is plus 135. I will take that.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
I love it because I get a few more points to have the Jags lose by, and I get it plus money. So that's what I'm going to take.
Yeah, that's pretty solid, actually. I might go throw a little bit on that as well.
I also do like the over as well, but I won't be throwing it officially.
52 is a lot, so I understand not taking it, but I don't know.
If any game is going to hit it, it's this game.
So I was looking at their rankings and stuff. Chiefs are literally the number 1, number 2 offense in damn near every category. And then Jags defense, passing defense is absolutely fucking terrible. Jags passing offense is about top 15, top 10 in most categories. And then Chiefs passing defense is bottom 20s. So definitely wouldn't take any rushing props and definitely wouldn't take the under. But 52.5 is still a lot. Cool. We good on that game?
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Sounds good. We got the Brenton Bradford loving, Brian Daboll coaching New York Football Giants going into Philadelphia, going to get themselves some Dice Andres and Geno, some pass, and they're going to face the Philadelphia Eagles. 7.5 Eagles are favored by. Total is at 48.5. Daboll, Bradford, what you got on this one, bud?
Don't worry, fans of the podcast. We will include subtitles for whatever Matt just said. I know nobody can understand it. The Giants got me last week, and I think I'm going to have to back them this week. They showed up. That the run game is solid. Defense is it was okay, but it was also against a very high-powered offense in the Minnesota Vikings. I like the plus 7.5 again. I think these games are going to be tight this weekend, and I might even sprinkle a little bit on Giants money line. Eagles are coming off a bye week, maybe a little rust, perhaps. Is this Jalen Hurts' first playoff game or second?
Yeah, it's his first.
First? So,
no,
hey.
They were in it last year, weren't they?
They were in it last year.
Well.
Yeah, that's right.
Needless to say,
they got
still young.
They got blown out by the Buccaneers.
Yeah, okay. But Danny Dimes, as much as you hate him, the dude balled out last week. 300 passing yards, 70-plus rushing yards. I think I like the Giants plus 7.5 this week.
Elliot?
Yeah, I have to agree with Brendan in a lot of ways. The 7.5 is really enticing because you get through the key number of 7. As we showed last week, the Giants are just a really well-coached team. That's why Brenton has his facial hair the way it is today. My one worry is we don't know what the Eagles are going to look like post-bye week and post getting everybody back healthy. Jalen Hurts, of course, is coming back. We'll see what he's like, more healed up. We know Lane Johnson will be back, but I don't think that the Giants are going to go pass heavy like they were last week. This is going to be much more of a rushing attack from them, using Daniel Jones and Saquon. So I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. They're going to be running the ball a whole lot. I think both sides are going to be running the ball a whole lot. So what's the total on this game, Matt?
48.5.
I think I'm going to have to lean the under there. I just think both teams are going to be running it the whole time, and the clock's going to run out before it gets that total. I'm going to lean towards the Giants side of things at plus 7.5, but I won't be taking that officially. But give me the under as an official. These teams have seen each other 3 times this year, so the defenses both know each other well.
Ooh, okay. I love that you didn't take the 7.5 because every part of my being wants to ride Dayball and 7.5 again. I do agree with what Elliot said. Am I cutting out or something?
You're good.
Oh, okay. I agree with what Elliot said. They are not going to be passing the ball as much as they did on Minnesota last weekend because Philadelphia's secondary is miles better than Minnesota's. But Philadelphia, their defensive weakness is the run game. So Saquon is probably about to go off. And Danny Dimes, I don't know what his over is, but that dude ran the ball, 40 times last week? And I feel like he was gaining at least 6, 7, 10 yards on every time he ran the ball.
Yeah, no, he's a beast.
So I'm trying to pull up.
Trust me, as a man rooting for the Vikings, every time that motherfucker got out of the pocket, I was screaming, like, where is the QB spy at?
And it's crazy because, like, he's so tall and lanky, and, like, every time you've seen a white, tall, lanky quarterback in the NFL, like, they're always the most, like, unathletic person to run the ball of all time. And, like, he runs, like, a 4.4? And, like, his legs are fucking 4 feet long. Like,
I'm just blown away that the coaching, the defensive coaching staff was not like, hey, let's put a spy on this man. They were running man, and everybody had their back turned, and this dude's just taking off.
Yeah. So, Danny Dimes over under for rushing yards is at 44.5. I do think so. I'll give out a parlay with that in there, but that is definitely going to include that. My official pick is going to be John 7.5. I know that was a long-winded way to get there, but everybody and their mom is on the Giants, which does scare me. 66% of the bets and 80% of the money's on the Giants. But that's kind of how it is with every game this weekend. Like, these next 2 games that we're going to hit after this, like, it's heavy favor by the public. So I think I'm just going to have to do it for this one. I mean, Eagles have been absolutely terrible against the spread. They're like 0-4, 0-5 for the past 5 weeks. Giants have been on fire all season. So I will take that. Giants plus 7.5. My parlay that I'm going to get to here is going to be the Danny Dimes over 44.5. I will, just for security, just to make my heart feel a little better to where I can put a little more change on this, I will take plus 14.5 for the alternate spread. And I will take Saquon, anytime tutter. Parlay those together, plus 331.
Easy money.
I'm about to put a mortgage on it, Al.
Responsibly.
The only thing that scares me is the first time the Eagles and Giants played, they got the doors blown off of them, and you never know if Danny Dimes is actually going to run the ball. But you think Daboll, like, he saw how much like Daniel Jones ran the ball last and how successful like you watch the offensive line blocking that entire game, they were fucking eaten. And it was because nobody on the defense knew who was going to have the ball.
Yeah, if the Eagles play a lot of zone coverage, though, I could see Danny Dimes not really getting those scramble opportunities. But we'll see. I don't really have the stats on Eagles play calling.
He doesn't even do it just off scrambles. I mean, they draw.
I know they have designed runs, but a lot of his yards last week came from the defense just having their backs turned to him and being like, "All right, I'll take off."
But that was also the game plan to put them in passing where he can scramble. I mean, I think this week it is going to be really designed runs for him and Saquon. A lot of.
I think we see a lot of
options
with him and Saquon.
Oh yeah, I think this will be a heavy run game plan because that's where they know they can attack the Eagles.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel better about the over of 44.5 for his rushing yards or the under of 213.5 for his passing yards?
I think I like
really low.
I think I like the over on the rushing.
Okay, me too.
Because if they get down, that's a situation where they're going to have to change up a little bit and start throwing.
He's going to be launching it.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel much safer with the over on the rushing than the under on the throwing.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Anything else on the game?
No, I think it'll be a good one, though.
Sweet. That is all for Saturday. Then Sunday, 3:00. Not gonna lie, I kind of hate the 3 and 6 o'clock starts for these games. It just feels like I'm waiting all day for football to start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you still need a night game.
Day.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, if the last game ended at 7:30 and then the 60 minutes thing came on, I'd shoot myself in the fucking head.
Very true. We got the game everybody was so excited to see, and it did not, unfortunately, happen. Bengals at Bills. Spread. Bills are favored now by 5.5. This game is about to get kind of fucking, I don't know. This line's been crazy. Totals at 48.5. This line started on Monday, came out at 3.5. Everybody, I don't know, it came out at 4.5. Sorry. The picks, the bets, and the money were all coming in on Cincinnati. The line jumped to 5, still coming in on Cincinnati. 5.5, still 66% of the bets and 72% of the money is on Cincinnati. I know you guys don't really pay attention to it, but like that is like a red flag in all of the ways. Because like if one team, because like sportsbooks before they put out their number, like they're not just fucking throwing out a number to see. Like they actually take some time and fucking have an algorithm and come up with a good number before they put it out. If they put it out at 3.5 or 4 or whatever it was, I think it was at 4. And then everybody's taking the 4 and they feel good about their number and they just keep moving it up to continue to make everybody bet on that number. Like that is like, I don't know. That's fishy as fuck. Elliot, you got anything, pal?
Yeah, and the problem is everything that I have to say, I think leads me toward the Bengals pick. Because yes, the Bengals have a couple offensive linemen out, which is bad. But if you look at Week 12 when Von Miller got hurt, the only team worse at pass rushing quarterback was the Bears. The Bills' pass rush has been bad since Von Miller went down, which helps the Bengals in this situation, even though they're down a couple offensive linemen. When they played a couple weeks ago, the Bengals were up 7-3, and I know that's anything could have happened, but they were up 7-3. They were marching down the field. They were they were
head first, line. You might say.
Yeah, at live line on that game, I believe the Bills were plus 136 underdogs. Like it's. I don't know how they open the line at 3 and it keeps, or 3.5 or whatever, and keeps moving up, and that terrifies me. And I think a lot of it, and in my mind, I don't know if the sportsbook's taking this into account, But if DeMar Hamlin is on the sideline for this game, if he comes out holding a flag or something like that before this game, that stadium is going to be humming. The Blues team is going to be humming. And the other thing is, they just played the Patriots a couple weeks ago, and they only won that game because they had 2 kickoff returns, or at least won it by as much as they did. The Bills' defense is injured right now. Jordan Poirier is Jordan Poirier. No, not Jordan Poirier. Poirier, is out. Tre'Davious White is still out, I believe. Their defense, their secondary isn't healthy right now. Their defense is not near as good as what the Ravens are. And even though the Bengals got lucky, I still think that their offense is going to put up a lot of points here. And I don't know if the Bills are going to be able to keep up with them, because the Bills' offense has been playing a very boom or bust type offense this year, and they'll either put up 50 points or 4. So I don't see
2
how
safeties.
2 safeties.
What's the money on that?
I don't know why I picked 4. I don't know why I picked 4, but they put up 7.
Autism.
Right? It's just the autism speaking. But I can't take the Bengals because that line keeps moving. But at the same time, I don't want to take the Bills. I'm in an impossible spot right now with this game. It makes no sense in my mind.
Got to make a pick. We'll
You
circle back
Bengals?
to you.
You said Bengals at 5?
5.5.
5.5.
Give me the Bengals official pick.
There it is. You also, you might wait on this line before you officially take it. You can get 6.5 right now, only minus 130, and 7.5 might be at a good number. It's at minus 172 right now, so you never know with the way this line's moving.
I don't know. I don't know how it would take a ton of Bills money for them to want to move the line up more. I don't know what they're doing.
We'll give you 5.5 for now, and if it moves up, whatever it closes at, on Sunday, if it's at 6.5 or 7.5, we'll give it to you there. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
All right, sounds good. Bradford, what you got?
I think I'm kind of in the same boat here. The Ravens defense really put the brakes on Cincinnati's offense, but as we saw, the third-string quarterback of the Miami Dolphins was lighting up the Bills defense. So it does not. And then again, as Elliot said, DeMar could be in the fucking stands. Hell, they might even suit him up. I'm just kidding. He's on IR.
Yeah.
But I could see the Bills coming out and just being, fucking furious and ready to go. But I think the Bengals get it together. They're thankful that, they barely got past their rivals in a really tough game. They're battle tested now. They're going to come in pretty amped, and I think 5.5 is too many points to give Joe Burrow. So I'm gonna take the plus 5.5. You might even lean a little money line on him, but I'll take the 5.5 for now.
Ooh, all righty. Love to see it. I am also surprise, leaning the same way as you guys. Do you think that there is? Nah, I can't do it. Every time we fucking do it, it fucking kicks us in the teeth, boys.
Didn't we team ride the Bucks, bro?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
God damn.
So, do you think there's any psychological barriers for Bills or Bengals players going into this game, knowing that the last time they played each other, some shit went down?
No, because once DeMar Hamlin comes out there, if he's going to be on the sideline, which I believe right now it seems like he's going to be. Yeah, I'm just.
DeMar Hamlin's going to be referee. He's going to be head referee of the game.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's going to be anything that really freaks the play. They've already played a couple games since then. They're good.
All right. Well, in saying that, God damn it. Something just keeps telling me to take the Bills. Something just keeps telling me to take the Bills.
Come on, we got to hit one of these, Matt. We got to hit one. We're
I
due.
want the Bengals. Like, my heart says take the Bengals, but my brain tells me I'm going to take Buffalo Bills. Winning margin 1 to
3
13.
points for DeMar.
No, winning margin by 1 to 13. That is at plus 135. I will probably also still throw Bengals plus 6.5 or 7.5 if I can buy them. Maybe try to double down. But that will be my official pick on the pod. Only because I can't fucking team ride this. I can't do it to you boys. I keep fucking up your picks.
It's okay, Matt. It's okay.
So that will be my pick. Dreadfully on that game, as much as I would love to see the Bengals win. Cool?
Cool with that.
Love it.
Cool. On to the last game of the weekend. We have the Dallas Cowboys going into Levi Stadium to face Brock Purdy and the 49ers. 49ers started out at 4.5-point favorites. Once again, all of the bets and all of the money is coming in on the 49ers, and it is getting easier for them to cover. It is now at minus 3.5. Totals at 46.5. Elliot, what you got?
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game, I think. Dallas showed that they have, that Dak had his third best game, I believe, statistically last week. I don't think he's going to repeat that kind of performance, especially against the San Francisco 49ers defense that has been very good all year. But 49ers defense has also kind of not been that great here over the last couple weeks. They didn't look great against Heineke and a couple other backup quarterbacks. But I think they're going to be coming out playing real well tonight or Sunday night. And Brock Purdy has just been amazing here recently. The Cowboys defense looked awesome last week. Micah Parsons was able to put a ton of pressure on Brady, but I think the San Francisco 49ers offensive line is much better than the Bucs. So it's pretty well, like, across the board. I can see where each team can have its advantages, but I feel like it's a complete wash. What's the line currently? Is it 3?
3.5.
3.5. Yeah. If I can buy that down to 3, I think I'm gonna take the San Francisco 49ers.
Don't mind it. Buy down to 2.5. Let's see what that price is at real quick.
It's probably pretty expensive to get it down to 2.5.
Dude. So minus 3.5 is minus 115. Minus 2.5 is minus 186.
Yeah. See, you can't buy that down, but I wonder if there's one of those winning margins that you've used. I bet you could use that and get pretty good odds on it.
Good call. Good call. Oh no. That is a great call. They don't have the winning margin lines up yet for this game.
Oh dang.
Which absolutely sucks, but that is a great call. Brandon, what you got?
Ooh, you know what? I think I got to go Niners here. I've got them as I've been riding them all year. Super Bowl favorites for me. The defense is pretty stellar. They've got a lot of star power on that team overall, offense and defense. Great skill players. I think, Dak's going to have a rougher time not playing against the Swiss cheese of the Buccaneers secondary. So I'll take Niners minus 3.5. I don't give a damn. Hell, actually, give me minus 6.5. They're going to win by more than a touchdown. I don't even care what the odds are.
I actually absolutely fucking love it, Bradford.
Yeah, we're gonna take that for sure.
Oh, that is fantastic. Minus 6.5 is plus 124 right now. I am going to.
That now.
Yep, I'm gonna officially just take the 49ers minus 3.5. Officially for the pod record, but I am throwing the house down on minus 6.5 plus 124. I absolutely fucking love that pick, Bradford.
Thank you, sir. Great minds think alike.
All right, boys. Well, it was a short and sweet podcast, but I feel pretty decent about it. I mean, all the games should be good. I feel like we're all in the same way on all the games, damn near. But
that makes me nervous.
Yeah, that part does make me nervous, but I'm fucking ecstatic for this weekend. Cannot wait.
It's gonna be. Hey, we got a UFC 280? Is it 3?
Yeah, I believe so. 283.
Is that this weekend?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we got it this weekend. Beautiful.
Bruh, give me Glover Teixeira at plus money all day, every fucking day of the week.
Take him by submission, bro. Like, damn.
He's gonna grapple fuck the shit out of Jamal Hall.
Hell yeah.
Is that what you got on that one too, Bradford?
Oh yeah, I'm taking Glover as long as he can. And honestly, everybody's saying, "Oh, as long as he gets it to the ground." Dude, Glover, we've seen he can beat the shit out. He beat the shit out of Yuri on the feet and only lost because he took it to the ground. He could have mauled him if he would have kept him on the feet. He had him rocked
Glover's got some
multiple times.
hands.
Yeah, I love Glover. I'm definitely taking him in that one.
Yep, I'm with you on that one. All right, boys. Well, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So,
alrighty.
Yep, I had a great time again. We will see you for conference championship weekend next Thursday. Dogs are barking.
Mountain Dew sponsor us.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black sponsor us. FanDuel sponsor us. Hooters sponsor us.
Carissa Battery sponsor us.
I'm an Energizer guy, but sure. All right, boys.
See you next week.
Love to see you.
See you, boys.
That's the Brewskis. Bye.
That's the Brewskis.